where we break down the hidden workings of attraction power and human psychology, so you can now feel confident in any scenario. Let's be honest, when it comes to attraction, words aren't the whole story. The other half is in the small things that people do, the looks that weren't said, the little things that most guys don't pay attention to. And things get even more complicated when it comes to a married woman. She has a life, a relationship, and often responsibilities. She can't just walk away from, so she won't come right out and say she's emotionally attached to you instead. She'll talk about why married women form secret attachments in other ways that are sign number 1. It's simple to miss if you don't know what to look for. Have you ever been with a woman who seems a little too interested in you when she talks? Maybe she remembers things about you that no one else does. Maybe she stays in the room a little longer than necessary. Maybe there's something in her eyes that makes you want to communicate more than words can express. That's because attraction and attachment aren't just about what's said, they're also about what's felt. And that's what we're going to talk about today. There are 5 clear signs that a married woman is privately interested in you. These signs aren't very obvious at first, but once you see them, you won't be able to ignore them. But before we go any further, please hit the like button sign up for Esto Extreme and leave a message below. Have you ever felt an unspoken link with someone who was already in a real relationship? Let's talk about it first. She always wants to be near you. This is one of the biggest signs that a married woman is secretly attracted to you, even if she doesn't want to admit it. Attraction, especially the kind she doesn't want to admit, shows up through proximity. The more someone is emotionally drawn to you, the more they want to be close to you. If sign number 2 is interested in you, she will find ways to be near you, whether she is aware of it or not. But she won't make it clear, like a single woman can. If a woman is married, she is signed number 1 mental dependence, more to think about her responsibilities, instead of telling you straight out, I just want to be near you. She'll find subtle, almost innocent reasons to be around you. It could look like this. She accidentally runs into you more often. She starts to share your coffee shop routine. She shows up at an event where she knows you'll be. She adjusts her schedule to match yours. If you work together, she might time her breaks to match yours. If you're in a social group, she might start showing up when you do. Or, these changes may not seem like much, but they add up. She drags out talks that don't need to be. Lily keeps talking even when the conversation should be over. Maybe she keeps asking follow-up questions, brings up new topics, or even goes over ones just to make the conversation last longer. She needs your help with things she could easily handle herself. Whether she's asking for advice, help with something simple, or acting unsure about things, she's perfectly capable of handling. She's looking for a reason to talk to you, sign number 3. She starts talking to you in subtle ways. She might be the first to send you a message, even if it's about something small or just to check in, or she might forget something while she's with you and have to come back and get it later. The important thing to remember is that none of these interactions are necessary. Sign 2, a shift in the way you focus your attention. Even though she wouldn't lose her mind if you disappeared for a few days, she still finds small ways to spend time with you. This is because when a woman is emotionally attached, she craves your presence, even if she can't say what she's feeling. The stronger the attachment, the more she'll do anyway to feel connected to you. If a married woman keeps putting herself in your orbits, even if she doesn't fully understand why pay attention, she remembers even the smallest details about you. One of the clearest signs that a married woman is secretly attached to you is her uncanny ability to remember even the tiniest details about your life, things that most people would forget in an instant. This is because when a woman is emotionally drawn to someone, her brain naturally locks onto information about that person. She absorbs details about you without even realizing it. Because to her, Those details matter. Think about it. Most people will ask you how your day was. Just nicely nod your answer and forget the whole thing. There's a difference when a woman is secretly attracted to you. She's fully present when she talks to you, she's interested, she's storing information about you through body language cues. Not because she has to, but because you genuinely interest her. This is how it works in real life. She remembers things you mentioned in passing, like a childhood memory, a goal you're working on, or even your favourite type of coffee. She brings it up days or even weeks later, showing that she noticed changes in you before anyone else did. For example, you got a new haircut, change your perfume. If you change the way you dress or your schedule, a woman who's secretly interested in you will notice right away and may even comment on it in a way that sounds casual but means she remembers your habits and schedule. She knows what days you go to the gym, what time you usually eat lunch, and what projects you're working on. Without you telling her, she brings up old conversations that you don't even remember. For example, you might have made a joke weeks ago that she brought up at the perfect time. She doesn't just hear you. She remembers what you said, but here's the real deal. She remembers things about you even when she has no reason to. She's married and has a life outside of you. But your details stick in her mind. That's because, whether she wants to admit it or not, she's emotionally invested in you. Now compare this to how most people talk to each other. Names, birthdays, and whole conversations that happened just days ago are forgotten, but not her. Because for sign number 4, she's flirting and testing. Sign number 5 tells her that you're not just another person in the crowd. You're someone she's quietly attracted to and can't get rid of, no matter how hard she tries. Third sign, her body language gives her away. If there's one thing people have trouble controlling, it's their body language. A married woman might be able to control what she says, though. Act composed and pretend everything is normal. But her body will always tell the truth. When someone is emotionally attached to you, their body naturally reacts in ways that are almost impossible to suppress. And that's why reading her body language is one of the most powerful ways to know if she's secretly drawn to. You see, attraction isn't just about what someone says, it's about how they act when they're in your presence. So, what are the unconscious signs that married woman is attached to you? 1, she faces you fully, even in group settings. When a woman is emotionally invested, she subconsciously orients her body toward you. If you're in a group, she yang her body toward you instead of the person speaking. If she's sitting near you, she leans in slightly, even if it's just a little. If she crosses her legs, they're often pointed in your direction. These are all subtle ways her body is gravitating towards you, even if she isn't fully aware of it. 2, she finds ways to be physically close to you. She might stand a little too close when final thoughts you're talking. Maybe she doesn't move away when your arms brush, or perhaps sign number 5. Deep, personal conversations when there's an opportunity to sit next to you. She takes it every time this isn't random. This is her way of closing the gap between you 3. She mirrors your movements, another unconscious sign of an emotional link. Is mirroring when someone is really interested in you. They start to copy your body language. If you take a sip of your drink, she does the same. And if you move, she does the same without even thinking about it. If you laugh, smile, or move your body, she automatically picks up on your energy and reflects it back to you. This is her body's way of putting you in sync without you saying a word. Women who are emotionally connected and feeling nervous and excited need to do something with their hands. They play with their hair by twisting, tucking, or running their fingers through it. They fiddle with their necklaces using her rings or bracelet. She changes her clothes by stroking her hair, smoothing out her dress, and fixing her sleeves. Often, these small moves are unconscious ways of letting off nervous energy. If you're with her, her eyes tell you everything they say, that the eyes are the window to the soul. And this woman who is secretly attracted to you has those eyes telling you everything. She tries hard to hide how she feels, but when she looks at you, she makes eye contact for just long enough to feel something. If you catch her looking at you, she quickly looks away to check you out when she thinks you're not looking. It's possible for her eyes to show excitement, wonder, or even nervousness. But one thing is for sure, she's looking at you in a way that goes beyond casual interest. Her body language is more important than what she says, and it happens automatically. Words that can be carefully picked out show how her body is reacting in a direct and honest way. If a woman who is married if she tries to hide the fact that she's interested in you, her body will show its sign F4 when a married woman is secretly attracted to you. She won't just treat you like everyone else. She'll slowly start to break down her walls and show you parts of herself that she doesn't usually share with other people. This is because most people have different levels of emotional openness with acquaintances. The conversation stays on the surface. Small talk with friends. She can talk about nice things without getting too personal. The walls come down a bit. But when she's with someone she really cares about, the emotional floodgates start to open. If a married woman opens up about her private life to you, it's a big sign that she cares about you more than just casually. She shares her problems and feelings. If a woman cares about you emotionally, she will start telling you things. She usually doesn't. This could be her problems at work, in life, or in her marriage. Her fears, doubts, or times when she doubted herself came from events in the past that made her who she is. Now, people who start telling you deeply personal things do so because they believe you on a deeper level. 2, she talks about her marriage in a way that feels different. This is a big one if a married woman is emotionally close to you. She might start talking about her marriage in ways she wouldn't with just anyone. She might imply that she's unhappy or emotionally disconnected. She might make subtle comparisons between you and her husband. She might say how much she enjoys talking to you because it feels different now. She might not say it outright, but if she starts leaning on you emotionally in ways that go beyond friendship. 3, she tells you things she hasn't told anyone else. This means she's getting closer if a woman says, "I've never told anyone this before." When someone is emotionally interested in you, they want to let you in and show you the real them, their thoughts, feelings, and stories that they don't tell just anyone. She might tell you about dreams she gave up on or ones she still hopes to pursue. She might show you a side of herself that no one else sees. She might reveal a regret, a hidden passion, or an unspoken desire. And here's the catch, she won't even know why she's telling you these things. Attraction isn't just physical, it's also mental. When a woman is interested in you, she wants you to understand her better than anyone else. So she asks you deep, thought-provoking questions. She isn't just making small talk. She wants to know more about your mind, your past, and your future. She asks you what you haven't told anyone before. What would be the worst moment of your life if you could change it? And what is your biggest fear? What is your favourite memory? She doesn't just want to kill time with you, she wants to connect 5. They talk about what might happen. Have you ever heard a married woman say, "If I had met you years ago, I think we would have been close. If things had been different, who knows what might have happened?" I often wonder what my life would be like if I had made different decisions, even though these statements aren't very direct. They reveal a deeper truth. She's thinking about a different world where you and she might have been more than just friends. Being emotionally close is hard to fake. Women can be friends with many people, but they will only get emotionally close to someone they really care about. If a married woman starts opening up to you in a way that she doesn't. With others, it's because she sees you as someone different, someone she trusts, someone she feels something for. Whether she admits it or not, sign the 5, she shows signs of jealousy. Even if she hides it, jealousy is one of the biggest giveaways of hidden emotional attachment. Even if a married woman tries to play it cool, her subconscious reactions will reveal what she is really feeling. See, when a woman feels emotionally drawn to you, she starts seeing you differently. You're no longer just a casual acquaintance or a friend. You're someone special. And when a woman feels that kind of connection, she can't help but feel a little territorial, even if she won't admit it outright. But because she's married, she might try to mask her jealousy, playing it off like it's nothing. However, if you pay close attention, you'll start noticing the subtle and not so subtle ways her emotions slip through. 1. Her mood shifts. When you talk about another woman, this is one of the most clear signs. If you talk about another woman like a coworker, a friend, or even someone you're interested in, get her reaction. Does her tone change? Does she seem uninterested in the talk? All of a sudden, does she say something sarcastic or downplay something in a subtle way? The other woman there will be a shift, no matter how hard she tries to hide it. She might not openly say, I don't like hearing about her, but her energy will tell you everything. She might respond with something dismissive like, oh, she seems nice, but her tone is flat. Oh, really? So you're into that typeset? With a hint of attitude. H, interesting, and then she changes the subject. These are subtle signs of jealousy, even if she won't admit that it bothers her too. She becomes more competitive for your attention when a woman is secretly attached to you. She doesn't want to feel like she's losing you to someone else. So if she senses another woman in your orbit, she might step up her game. She suddenly becomes more engaging and playful. When you're around, she finds more reasons to be in your space, even if she wasn't as obvious about it before she starts reminding you of your connection, whether through inside jokes, personal conversations, or shared memories. She won't come right out and say, I don't want you paying attention to someone else. But her actions will show that she doesn't want to fade into the background. 3, she makes snarky or playful remarks about other women. If a married woman cares about you emotionally, she might make sarcastic or funny comments about other women in your life, for example. If you talk about a coworker, she might say, oh, so she's your new favourite. If you talk about a woman you find attractive, she might say, wow, I didn't know you had such basic taste. If another woman likes you, she might joke, oh, looks like you've got options. She might say these things as a joke because she doesn't want to seem possessive. But the fact that she's even bringing it up is a red flag because she watches how you interact with other women. When you're talking to another woman, pay attention to where her attention goes. Does she glance over? Often, does she seem distracted or suddenly quiet? Does she join the conversation out of the blue, even if she's across the room? She'll be watching. She might not even be aware that she's doing it, but her subconscious will keep pulling her in. If she thinks you're paying too much attention to another woman, she might act distant, cold, or even annoyed all of a sudden, even if nothing else has changed. 5. She brings up other women just to see how you react. This is a more calculated move. If a married woman is emotionally close to you, she might bring up other women to see how you react. She might ask you if you're seeing anyone, or she might talk about an attractive woman to see if you're interested. She might also ask what your type is, and then subtly compare herself to it. At first glance, this might seem like harmless curiosity, but she's really trying to find out if has a special place in your heart, or if she's just one of many women you like. On the other hand, her anger shows how she really feels, because it's a strong emotion that's hard to fake. If a married woman tries to hide or play it down, her mind will tell you she might not say it out loud, but her body language and energy will change. She might brush it off, but her energy will shift. She might act like it doesn't bother her, but what she does will show otherwise. No matter how small or subtle the signs are, they mean. She really feels something, and that her feelings are stronger than she wants to accept final thought. Being aware of the signs of mental attachment is a strong force, not just flirting or casual attraction, but deep feelings that a woman may not fully understand herself. When a married woman starts to feel that way about you, she's entering dangerous emotional territory where logic and emotion start to clash. Most of the time, she won't admit it outright. Not to you, not to herself, and definitely not to the world. Instead, her feelings will show in small, seemingly unimportant ways, like how she lingers around you, how she acts around other women in your life, or the deep conversations she has with you that she wouldn't have with anyone else. These are signs that she feels something more when a woman is secretly attached to you. Her emotions get in the way of her better judgment. They may have told themselves that they would never cross an emotional line and that they would keep things friendly and casual. But the heart doesn't always follow the rules. She remembers little things about you, not just facts, but the little things that matter. Her body language shows how she feels, even when she doesn't say it. She starts to want to be with you, even when she doesn't know why. At first, these signs may not seem like much, but over time, they add up, and when you start to see them for what they are, you'll understand how deep her feelings go. Being aware of these signs gives you power, but not in a deceptive way. It gives you the ability to handle the situation with clarity. If you agree right now, you know how deeply she feels and how hard things could get if you don't feel the same way. If you know these signs, you can set limits before your feelings get worse. Either way, it's clear that emotional attachment is never a mistake. That's not how women fall in love with men. By chance, your energy, and the way you make her feel are what keeps her interested in a way she might not even be aware of. And once you know that, you'll never look at these interactions the same way.